Everyone has been to the weird part of YouTube. If you haven't, then I suggest you try to do so. It's a very simple process. In fact, to make it easier, I will lay out this out step by step form. Step 1, important, you find any video you want. Absolutely anything you want. A cat video, a music video, anything. Something from Japan will work best. 2. Click on the strangest video, the absolute most mind-blowing looking thumbnail or title. Step 3. Continue step 2 until most liked comments is, I'm in the weird side of YouTube again, or something along those lines. Now, this alone isn't really scary. It's just mostly just funny. You could just laugh at the failed ads or absurd stuff from different cultures. Sometimes it gets scarier. A dancing girl with no arms or legs, someone with a shitload of tacos eating glass, a crazed hillbilly ranting about how government will kill everyone. It gets stranger though. Dig deeper enough and you'll find the actual death. I don't mean like the news stories on the person getting killed. I mean full-on amateur snuff films. No afterwards effects or CGI real people getting killed. You're wondering why YouTube doesn't take them down, aren't you? Well, there is two reasons for this. The first are the free days where the worth of video is being uploaded every minute. So much so that it can't be analyzed by the YouTube staff. They take down anything pornographic that isn't art, but it even slips though. Second, money. YouTube only pays attention to the stuff that pays is protected by copyright or gets a large amount of views in a short amount of time. That last one was reviewed for the last 301 views phenomenon. Due to those reasons, there are plenty of people who can easily upload almost unnoticed videos. Some of them are truly unnoticed with only just 2 or 3 views. There are a ton of these amateur films that are just required while searching. Just try it for a few hours, but just be warned, you might not hate what you may see. You may just want to see more. Or you might just want to try making one of those videos after all. They have to come from somewhere. Okay, so that was the weird part of YouTube, a creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story? Well, this story was honestly a pretty good creepypasta. I mean, this is an older story that I came across Glad Hatter, who happened to narrate this story 9 years ago. And I did see a few narrations who happened to have read this story. So I thought I would just go ahead and, read this one. I mean, while it's a short story, I honestly still found it to be really good. Especially given the fact that the concept of it of its own self was actually pretty interesting. So, I honestly really do like how the concept of this is well made in detail. So, I gotta really say, when it came to this story, I honestly gotta say that this story was pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. It actually was a really well made concept for a story like this. So, and I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, Ed, this is actually it's a good short story read, but it's actually a pretty awesome, well-made story for how this one went to be. So I really gotta say it's a pretty awesome story for what this is. Especially with the concept, given the fact that the story of its own self was actually quite nice. I mean, I honestly really like how the story went out, as well as the good concept in that, so I gotta really say it's a pretty awesome story. So, I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, I do find this story to be a really good one. It's still a pretty awesome, some well-made concept. I still find it to be a really good story for what this one is. So, yeah, I mean, I can't find out who the original author of this story is, as I'm still looking, but haven't found anything. So, if I do find out who the original author is, I'll be sure to give the author proper credit. So anyways, with that being the case, that being said, I really do find this story to be a pretty awesome, well-made concept for the story, especially with given the fact that, I have seen weird parts of YouTube before, and I mean, I'm not joking. I came across weird stuff on YouTube at times too, so you could definitely say it's definitely something. But with that being the case and that being said, it's a pretty good story for what this is. I do enjoy it. It's a pretty good concept and all. So I really gotta say it's a pretty good story for what this is, especially with the whole story of its own self. I really do have to say, to the author of the story, I can't seem to find out who you are, but if you happen to be the author of the story, please let me know in the comments below, so then that way I can give you proper credit. But, with that being the case, I can't really do much at this time until I actually found out from my own self or something. So I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, like I'm just going to say right now, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these stories, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. Now, I'm going to give this story a 10 out of 10, mainly because it's a really well-made story. It's definitely a pretty good one. I do like how this story went out, especially with, it's a pretty interesting concept. And the fact that this is not too far-fetched from, the fact that I have seen weird shit on YouTube. And I mean, everybody has seen the weird shit on YouTube. And I mean, that's just honestly something because, weird shit on YouTube happens pretty much almost all the time. So I gotta really say right now that it's a pretty interesting concept in the story. So I definitely gotta really say it's a pretty good story for what this is. So I guess with that being said, or that being the case, yeah, I'm gonna leave this as anonymous for now until the offer for he or she or they them come on my channel and they find out, that I read that story, this story, and then they, let me know in the comments below. So then that way I can, give them proper credit. So anyways, what did you guys personally think of this story? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally helped make this story a lot better. Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.